Hey everybody, welcome back to the second episode of Baby Ethan. To be honest, it's been a while because I haven't really found out how I want to do these art portion videos of where I'm painting. The sped up process I think is really cool to watch in a short, I feel, but it's not really conducive to a long form video, and then a painting in real time also. I tried to do one last night. It was like an hour of me talking and painting, and I was like, I cannot post this. It's just so cringy.
Proportions gotta be right on. So that's kind of the idea of why I'm not painting from one of my pictures, because I, believe it or not, don't have many pictures of famous people yet. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna talk the whole time. There'll be some quiet moments.
So what I thought of doing today is I'm going to take this painting. This is the first page of my sketchbook, and I did an alla prima painting yesterday. That was the video I recorded, but I decided not to post because it was super boring. So I thought today we're kind of just going to go over and correct it because it has some work to do. So I'll talk for this first part, and then the second part will just be me painting to correct the mistakes that are in it. Yeah, so I guess kind of with photography, I feel like I have really mastered the craft of the cameras that I use personally, and that I can talk more like in a teaching manner. However, with painting, especially oil painting, I still feel like I'm in this learning phase. So instead of trying to act like an expert, I know that's what you're supposed to do on YouTube, but I'm just going to be processing my journey. So I know it's not the best painting in the world. I would never sell something like this, but I thought I'm going to be working in my sketchbooks and just painting my processes and sharing the journey of learning with you guys. I really don't see a lot of videos like that on YouTube personally, so I just want to become the best artist I can be. That's going to be through all these different mediums that we've talked about, and so I'm really excited to show how my painting improves throughout this year and how my photography improves as well. So before we get into the painting process, I'm gonna kind of go over what I'm going to be correcting, and then I'll show that in practice. This is a painting of Mila Kunis from That 70s Show. The reason why I like to paint celebrities in my sketchbooks, as you'll see, is that there's nowhere to hide with likeness. When you're painting someone that not everyone knows, it's really easy to kind of fudge it, and you don't have to worry about likeness because, I mean, that looks like a person. You can't, it's not a giraffe, but it doesn't really look like Mila right now. So correcting that is going to be what we're going over today. Just taking an alla prima painting like this. It has really good bones. As you can see, it looks like a person. The expression is sort of there, but we're not at a place where I'd be like, yes, this is a finished piece. So the main problems are, you can see the nostrils are not lined up. The expression in the eyes is pretty dead. The hair here is lost and not well defined. Her ear in the reference is longer. This part of her chin is wider. This part of her cheek is too wide in the painting. Needs to be shorter. And this shadow is not defined enough. So we're going to go through, correct all of those, then we'll kind of reevaluate and go from there. I hope this is entertaining. I really don't want these painting ones to be boring, but right now, when I'm not creating portfolio pieces yet, I think it's just going to be a lot of what I'm learning right now. I'm really excited to talk about the Zorn palette. I've just been experimenting with that lately, and I think it's really awesome. So I'm just going to be sharing my learning process with this painting thing, and as I get better, I feel like I'll be able to teach more, but I'm still in this learning phase right now. So stick with me. We'll go correct this painting, then we'll kind of talk about it. Yeah, one thing I love about painting is that you get to make whatever composition that you want. However you can envision it in your mind, you get to make that the reality. And photography is completely opposite of that. Whatever reality is, you get to put your spin on it and take your angle, how you see things or how you're seeing things in the moment, and then display that. Whereas art's completely opposite of that. So it's really fun. I love both of them. Composing in the moment is stressful, fun, really exciting. You don't really know what you got until you get your scans back. And painting, you kind of see as it develops as you go. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how I improve, and hopefully documenting that process will be really fun. Because oil painting is so expensive and film photography is so expensive, I've also been trying to do something that's a little less expensive. So I've been getting into watercolors, watercolor painting, and that's been really fun. So I'm going to share more of that on this channel as well. And that way people that are getting into these things and just want to try something don't have to go invest hundreds of dollars into a film photography setup or an oil painting setup. Watercolor is something that you can get started with. I'm not going to say a number, but you can get started with a lot cheaper with watercolor, and I think it's really accessible to a lot of people. And so it's something that I feel comfortable in. I've been watercoloring for a couple of years now, so I'm really excited to share what I know about that as well. And hopefully the more I practice, well, actually, the more you practice any sort of art, the better all of the art gets. So that's something I love, is when you exercise your creative brain, you can kind of see it reflected everywhere. I feel like at this point I'm just not wanting to go into my painting. Okay, here we go. Thanks so much for watching. Actually, no. I'll close out at the end. Please subscribe, like this video, and put a comment. Really helps me out. My goal for this year is to really grow this YouTube, so thanks for being part of this journey. We're really close, but we're not quite there yet. This angle is still incorrect. Now I'm looking at her nose. It needs to be brought over this way, and this chin is too wide. So we're gonna make those corrections right now. I don't think I'm gonna record this part, but we'll kind of have like a end of the painting review. And yeah. Alright, I think I finally got it to where I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna call that a night. Thanks so much for watching, and today's gonna be a great day.